What's up, WWE Champions Universe? This is Lee from Champions Chat, and Tiffy time is just unfair now. If you remember way back to when I first created a video for her, the very first preview, I said she was underwhelming, she was not good, I wasn't going to use her, and then they've done all sorts of things. I'm pretty sure they reworked some aspect of her very early on, like after I'd said that. Then they came out with her first moment, her first gear, her second moment, her second gear, her third moment, her fourth moment, her fifth moment, her sixth moment, her seventh moment of new plate, another new plate, that plate, this plate. I mean, she has... I thought Hogan was the ultimate Voltron character in this game, but we now have Tiffy Hogan here. She is the ultimate Voltron character. I'm going to try to run through all of the things, but most importantly, the new moment, because that moment right there was new, but now that moment right there is new New York. So she has a lot going for her, and if you have it all, I don't know that she is beatable, but we're going to test that in this video as well. So let's just go kind of down this way on here and start with her gear. Her first gear was her Christmas gear, and it looks like that little Christmas sweater. Blue gems do 100% more damage. It made her viable, I would say. This made her viable. Then they had like the lingerie gear here. All color moves start with 5 more MP. That, combined with other things, made her stonkingly good. I don't even know what stonkingly means, but it made her that good just by itself. Because now, this moveset, 4 MP, 4 MP, 10 MP, but that 10 MP is loaded by a 6x1 area that goes into Snowfall gems, and all of her moves start with 5 more, so she has almost no way that she can be reduced down, and you don't need any MP trainers on her at all with that second gear, with both gears, I should say. Then you've got these moments. So her first one was the Tiffy time is money. I literally just got this moment for myself after all of this time. But universal moment, that's important to say. It means it works in every single mode. Receive 50% less damage from all color gems. That's one. We're going to count those. Blue gems do 50% more damage. That we need to count. Pyro, botch, moves that generate trap, So, 50% less damage, 50% more damage. Again, brought her into the, okay, she's really A tier now conversation. But then they introduced this moment, and these aren't necessarily in any order, because this one is a more recent one. R-Truth enters the Royal Rumble, 50% less damage from all color gems. That's 2. That's 100% gem damage defense, which is already pretty good. The rest of this really doesn't do much until you get to leech gems do 200% more damage. So now you've got 50% more blue damage plus 200% more leech damage, and then multi-gems generated increase her strength by 2. She doesn't create her own multiply gems except for with the Bloodsucker plate, but that doesn't work with this. But she does steal them from others. I don't know if that steals them and then adds 2, but either way, that's really more meant for others in here. Actually, I don't even know who that works on in here. Jade. It works on Jade. But again, so we're up to 250% more damage and 100% less damage. That's already a lot. Then you've got Miz and Maurice renew their vows. Once again, a universal moment. Receive 50% less damage from all color gems. That's 3 for a total of 150% less damage, which means if your opponent has a 150% strap, which is the top we can do right now, it is completely nullified at this point. So if that were the end of things, it would still be darn good, but guess what? There's more. Also on this, you've got gems do 50% more damage. So again, you've got 150% less damage, 300% more damage that you're doing. But they kept adding them. This moment came out very, very recently. Receive 50% less damage from all color gems. Now you're at 200% damage block. That is just nuts. I don't have this moment. I want this moment on my account. More so for Lyra, but also for Tiffy time. And we're not done yet, because also blue gems do 50% more damage. So 200% less damage, 300% more damage, and wait, all color gems do 50% more. So 200% less damage, 350% more damage being done. It just keeps going, because now we have the Evolution 2025 moment, which includes all color gems do 50% more damage. Leech gems do 400% more damage. So now she covers most of the board with leech gems, changes them to her primary color. They are doing 750 plus another 50, 800% more damage. 200% blocked damage. But wait, there's more. 100% more health, which I don't think carries over into any of the rest of these. No. That would be a crazy world if so. No. Okay. So plus 100% more health. So double the health. Your opponents can hit you 300% less hard, or whatever number we were on. You hit 800% harder. She is just unfair. And we haven't even gotten to plates yet, guys. What? The leech gem plate called the Bloodsucker. We did a video, Bloodsucker Tiffy time, and already at that point I was ready to say she was among the best females in the game. But whenever you make 8 leech gems, you create 8 gems that are multiplies of strength 8. But then also this weekend, not only did they release this ultra killer moment, they also released this ultra plate that arguably doesn't work on a whole lot of people except for Tiffy. There's a few others, but Tiffy is your go-to with this. When you make 8 or more leech gems, increase, ready for it, all gem damage by 200%, which means we are now up to 1,000% more damage with Tiffy time. Are you ready to agree with me that she is just unfair? And I don't mean that in a game-breaking sense. Like, it's one character. You can beat her turn 1, and all that kind of stuff. But yeah. Oh, also, by the way, I've got 150%. I didn't even talk about this. Good Lord. So 1,000%. 150%, 100%. So that is 250%. 1,250% more gem damage is what we've got going right now. And another 45% here that, as you can see, if I had blue, I could make even higher. So 1,295% more damage from this Tiffy right now. We're going to go up against Jade Cargill, and she's not going to win. Spoilers. So first, we're going to see how much damage we can do with Tiffy, because, right? Oh my gosh. Also, Snowfall Gems do more damage on one of the things, but literally that is just, you're breaking these Snowfall Gems, and that's it. So not super, super great, but it is there, just so we know. And let's hope we don't cascade. We shouldn't. We usually don't, but there is the smallest of chances we cascade. She also makes her primary color right there into colors, right. Anyway, so these leech gems are now buffed. That is doing 1.295, right? Let's make sure with commas, 887. Yeah, 1.2 million for each one. Plus we've got this, which is doing 5.9 million. Technically, you could also do this again. You're not going to want to, because you would cascade. So you go into her finisher, which does damage, and swaps a 6x6 choosable area into her primary color. Holy crap. Which means you're going to put it right here, because that's going to get that gem, that gem, that gem, that gem, that gem, that multiply 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 gem, all her primary color. And we're going to see in a moment, Jade can't hit us. She has no damage right now at all against us, period. So that was a hit for unknown amounts of damage. I hate when it does that. but at least hit for 75 million. I mean, way beyond 75 million. So Jade had no health left. It didn't even show me the damage. That is how hard that hit. Unfair, but I want it. I want it. I need two of those moments to make that happen for myself. And the new plate, which, whatever. I didn't say this, but the new plate, by the way, it's really not great on anybody but Tiffy. There's maybe a couple others, but this is the primary place for it. So if you end up with a blue one, that's your great one. Okay, so click over here. If you didn't know this trick, now you know. Click over here, and you can see what their gem damage is doing against you, which is 1. Jade is doing 1 damage, which means if we can cascade and just pin her using nothing but a pin, let's try right here, she can't kick out. Look at that. Oh, but that's okay, because guess what? We can just do a swipe here. So we hit for not a lot, right? 246,000, 2 million. We hit for 2 million. She can't do damage. 80. She's doing 80 damage per gem. So suck your toe. There's no way to beat Tiffy. How would you do it? So let's talk about this. In order to go against Tiffy, if you were fighting her, you would need to overcome, what did we say, 250% to 300% gem defense. So you need a 150% gem damage strap with tier 6 Fury 3s just to do damage at all. That will get you back to 0. And then that means your base stats will hit for your base stats, but they'll hit unadjusted. Meaning you're not getting any bonuses from extra gem damage, which you're used to. Most every time you go into a fight, you're not seeing base gem damage, you're seeing adjusted damage for the strap, the plates, the whatever from there, the medals, etc., maybe a boost move. Right now, you're completely nullified for your strap and your medals, period. And that's if you have the very best ones on her. On your girl. So you need to have, you might have 45% buff if you have the tier 6 Fury 3 last gem, the last one over to the right slot. You might have 45 to 60% buff there, but that's it, right? You have nullified most of your other damage, but Tiffy still has other tricks up her sleeve, right? Leech gems, which don't get enough use in this game, steal your health. So you can barely hit her, and she not only can hit so hard that if she just flicks you, like Powerhouse Hogan in this game, you can't get out of it, you're done. She also heals herself with your health. She steals your health every single turn. Every time she goes, you're not going to survive past turn 1 against her. Which means that she is functionally unbeatable, except when you go up against her turn 1. And by the way, I haven't mentioned this at all. Don't use a multiply gem, because on her moves, her reversal, if the opponent generates a multiply gem, steal the multiply gem and steal the opponent's turn. So you have to be able to beat her turn 1 with limited damage against her doubled health pool, and you can't use a multiply gem person to do it. If you have all the things for Tiffy, I'm missing the 2 new moments. I'm missing that one and that one right there. I want them both very, very bad. I want them both very, very bad. If you have all of these things, my argument, not game-breakingly so, this isn't a Galahorn in Destiny situation, but my argument is Tiffy is absolutely unbeatable. Wow. So that's my thoughts, my insights, and my look at the new plate, plus moments, plus everything else we already did a video on with Tiffany Stratton, Tiffy time. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Does this excite you? Do you have these things? Are you using Tiffy Time as your primary female? She went from worst to first is all I got to say. Let me know in the comments. Like this video, subscribe to Champions Chat, and send this to your friend or faction mates, because this is an insane, insane character. Just maybe the best male or female character in the game with everything now. Just saying. All right. Well, I've talked enough. I'll see you later, guys. Bye. Wow.